You start out the book by talking about what I'll call a pilgrimage of sorts to visit the land of Mormon influencers in Utah.
Yes.
And it's interesting because you meet with one and you were given a tour of mega houses that many of the influencers there own. Why is Salt Lake City such a haven for mommy bloggers?
So that's the $1 million question. And one of the men I interviewed in the book, whose wife is a mommy blogger, gave me what he thinks is his explanation, which I think it makes a lot of sense, which is many millennial Mormon women were raised in the 90s and the early 2000s. And that was a time where I grew up in that era as well. And there was this big emphasis on female empowerment and girls, women who work. And there was very much a anything a boy can do, a girl can do mentality. And that element of culture where I think many more millennial women do work outside the home than our mothers did or our grandmothers did, shaped against the expectations of Mormon culture, which is you settle down, marry young, have kids, become wives. And so many of these women were in their early 20s and were having babies and were married and weren't working outside of the home. They were highly educated, they were really motivated, they were really entrepreneurial. And blogging was a fad in the mid 2000s and early 2010s. And many of them started blogging as a creative outlet, as a business oriented outlet, or just for fun. And corporations, again, they spotted basically a gold mine because I think this is changing a little bit, but a lot of corporations that sell things for kids and parents, they are going to gravitate towards very beautiful, young, well-dressed, well made up, nice hair, good-looking moms. And it was just a match made in heaven where all of these baby brands and maternity clothes brands and all of this stuff really wanted to work with these women who had these big followings blogging about their lives. And because these women were savvy and realized quickly this could be turned into a real business opportunity, it just exploded. And then if one person does it, another person can do it because as the person I interviewed told me, in their community and the Salt Lake City and the suburbs, it's a very tight community. Many people there are Mormon, and it's just a very tight knit, close community. The people who are getting really big on the internet, it's not like it's a celebrity in Hollywood. This is the girl that you went to middle school with, or the girl who lives down the street. So if you're a entrepreneurial young mom as well, and the girl that you knew from high school is making a ton of money doing it, you're, oh, well, I could probably do that. This seems attainable. This isn't something where I have no shot getting in. If she could do it, I could do it. And he compared it to the Silicon Valley. It's like, why is the Silicon Valley? Why is there so many startups in the Silicon Valley? Because it just gets the culture breeds on itself. One person does it, then another person does it. Now all these people are doing it. So that was his explanation. And I think that's a really good explanation. And I think the LDS community has always been very pure and good advocates for the joys of homemaking, the joys of motherhood. It's something that's very valued in their culture. And I think they have used that and used these things that they enjoy and love and been able to turn it essentially into a business opportunity. That's what I think makes sense, but other people might have other opinions as well.